guys, welcome back. Were you probably going to get joined this evening by Hitch, but we'll have to wait and see if that happens. Uh, Obviously, him and I both fighting kids to get him to sleep and all that fun stuff. Been a heck of a time getting that to happen, so let's hope they stay asleep. But on to the business. Battlegrounds 3 quarterfinals matchup here will be a best of 5 between Captain Kniples and Garezo. And as far as the draft is concerned, we have Captain Nipples here selecting Shallow Sandwich and Arena Cove. Garezo picking Dry Lake and Flooded Hills. And then Shaded Ponds will end up being game number 1. Hitch, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
I think you're muted, sir.
I'm not muted. You're
Course,
muted.
audio issues, always my thing. Hello?
Hello.
There we go. All right. On my
That's right.
end, as usual. But just looking over the draft here, I don't know if you heard the map draft or have it up or not, but to recap, we have Game 1 Shaded Ponds, then Captain Nipples chose Arena Cove and Shallow Sandwich, and Garezo has Dry Lake and Flooded Hills. As far as the civilizations available, we have Captain Nipples banning the Cumans. He'll have Italians, Koreans, Magyars, Japanese, Ethiopians, and Malians. He did select the Vikings, but they were sniped from him. Meanwhile, Garezo has banned the Dravidians, selects Malay, Saracens, Byzantines, Goths, Vietnamese, and Berbers, and the Mongols were sniped from him. Best of 5 action. Lots of different things could happen here. More civs come into play. Going to be pretty interesting. But I don't know. Hitch, you've been following along with everything. What do you think about these two? What do you think we're gonna see here for Shaded Pond? Any ideas?
Shaded Pond. I have no idea. I hope we see someone go on the water.
Yeah,
But
I don't know if you caught Knight versus Otter, but that was an interesting one.
I've not finished that set yet. No. But
Well, we won't spoil it for you. But yeah, we're gonna dive into game number 1 here. I'm gonna be loading up here, and I'll be at 5 seconds when you're ready, Hitch.
I'm ready.
All right, count us down then.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, game 1 will be Magyars for Captain Nipples here, and he'll be going up against Garezo, who will have the Goths here. Goths have seen a lot more selection here as of late. Been very interesting. I guess the hunt bonus situation kind of spawning them into a better state, helping that eco thrive. So it's kind of
Absolutely.
exciting. Interesting to see, especially I'd say Malians and Goths really being played a lot more than we saw them in the past.
Well, you know my official position. There is never enough Goth play. So
Fair enough. That, and we need Bombard Arbalest back, right?
yeah, well, that's a lot to ask for.
Maybe, maybe not. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. We'll be curious to see what players do go for here. None of them have made a lumber camp yet, and it looks like we have a Vil headed forward here for lumber camp for Garezo.
Yep. Garezo, is that what we're going with?
That's what I've been going with, and no one's corrected me since. So
All right, Garezo it is.
we have a Vil going forward here as well, so potentially going to go for a lane.
I mean, Goth power, right?
Yeah, and Loom is already in. Obviously, it's so quick for Goths that it's kind of an underestimated bonus, I think, because it really doesn't take any time at all. So that speeds up that time of getting it early is not a big deal. And we see the scout attacking the wolf here, so he will definitely be trying to do some laming here. Not a single lumber camp for the captain, however. He's taking straggler trees.
Yeah, I mean, that's... How often do you see anyone do that? For any reason.
Not often at all, and the captain is going to pull in that boar, so he will not be able to lame that. Maybe he'll lame a few of the deer, but all things considered, the boar will be taken. We've seen a couple different attempts at not making a lumber camp. Don't think we've seen it on this map, though. And I'm not sure how that's going to work out here for him. It's going to be interesting. Guess he's just trying to get up very quickly, I would imagine. Super
Well,
early scouts play, perhaps?
perhaps, yeah. I mean,
Well, wait, now
uh,
he's actually, he looks like he's headed out there now. Yep.
yeah, going backwood. Okay. I mean, that's fine. It's a little weird. But hey, maybe he's gonna do something amazing with his build order, right? Or maybe he's just, you know what it is? He just wanted to get all that hunt in, right? Maybe he's expecting the lame.
Well, the lame is definitely here, and we'll see if this villager gets found out. It should, I would imagine. I think he's going to try to lame the berries next, obviously trying to slow down the uptime here. See a
Oh, that
house in
house
the
is
woodline.
just annoying.
He's choosing to fight it, though. Loom versus no loom here. The scout will go down if he's
Yeah,
not
the
careful.
no H. Yeah, that's the painful thing here. Just no HP on that scout.
Yeah, I guess killing that wolf early on definitely a problem there. We do see, though, Garezo will be chopping through, so even if he loses this vill, he should be able to stay up on the eco. This is a lot of idle time for this one
He
vill
didn't even
here fighting
hit
this
that
off.
scout. Ugh. Yeah, that was awkward. I think he might have been better off trying to lame the gold that he had already found, but it felt greedy trying to go around to find the berries there.
Yeah, well, I think you can only do so much with the lame, right? It's difficult, but
Yeah, but I'd say you're there. Palisade up the gold if you're doing the laming bit, right? Like that's what I would have said.
yeah, no, I think so. House will be getting taken out here slowly by the scout, but we will see the barracks here for Garezo, and he will be able to drop a dock anytime. But I think he's gonna just stay in this age for a little bit. Still collecting some more hunt here, obviously. And hasn't put a dock on the water yet with all the laming shenanigans, so kind of an interesting position. But no barracks yet here, as it will just now come up for the captain.
Yeah, it just feels so awkward for Garezo right now. I mean, he didn't find all of his herdables. He's not on berries. He's milled a few deer. He's got idle villagers just standing around. Very all over the place.
Yeah, and we will see scouts coming in, but the barracks is a little late, so that buys Garezo some time. And all things considered, I mean, he's gonna have a decent eco behind this going up a few villagers later. Obviously, a little bit of idle TC time for both. It's really curious the builds we've seen on this map. We'll
How,
see
how
militia.
how do you feel about walling on this map?
About what?
Walling.
I feel like we haven't seen it much, which has been kind of surprising, to be honest. I really thought we'd see more walling, more fast castle booming plays.
Yeah, me too.
Just haven't seen it. Haven't seen it at all. Scouts are going to be coming forward now. The original scout did go down.
Yeah, these are some late militia.
Yeah, but I think he's just trying to buy himself some time, really.
Yeah, I mean, does he click man at arms? Not yet. So, just passing. Nope, scout turns back.
Don't know if he needs man at arms, honestly. He's not going to be able to do much aggression here. I think he's just going to have to play defensively, and it would have been nice if he would have scouted that there was no dock there. He did scout it, actually. So, he's aware that he doesn't have to worry too much on water, it seems, but you see the
One,
lumber camp is going to be
yeah,
there, so...
he does have one fire galley coming out, which I like regardless. If you just take that and patrol the shoreline. Do yourself a favor, I'd say.
I actually think I like a regular galley better than a fire, to be honest, just because of the
Oh, me,
range.
I would too, but I mean, he probably just wasn't sure that the guy wasn't on water, you know.
Yep, that's true.
So
Walls
better
coming
safe
up.
than sorry. But the hole is there. Oh,
Oh, he went to build the house instead
yep.
of that palisade. And
And
that's
the
gonna be two more
spearmen,
dead vills.
spearmen are just standing up here. Is there a big elo change here? I feel like Garezo's just been so awkward and
I can
slow.
check it up. I think that the captain's the highest seed, and I know he was right below 1300 when we started
Okay.
the bracket. So
Yeah. So maybe we got an elo difference. Maybe it's just. But I mean, yeah, I feel like Garezo's just been hurting here.
fair enough. I mean, he's doing decently. He's just had a few minor mistakes, I think. The lame attempt, I don't know what that really did for him, but took a few sheep away. It's hard
This
because on
fire
this map,
galley
so much
not
food.
getting the attention it needs. He could prevent the chop through, but he's not using the fire galley. The scouts are still. He has 4 fills chasing a scout.
Hmm.
I mean, nothing about this is not pretty.
Yeah. Currently, Garezo actually sitting at 1316 elo, and Captain here is actually sitting at 1234. So,
Well, maybe it's just the awkward, you know, build. You know, they're trying to lame and it's just not really getting anything. And Garezo is just on the back foot, maybe, because it just feels so sloppy everywhere. Like, look at this Ville's walled out. He has to delete the wall. Like,
hmm.
I don't know. He's got the hole in the back of this wood line where he's walled up anyway, and I don't know that he sees that.
Well, we'll see. I mean, he's got a good situation with the fish income, and his population can easily overtake that of the captain's if he uses that to his advantage. But
Yeah,
Athlage probably going to be coming here pretty soon from the captain, as he might even
that.
sell his stone.
hmm And that's exactly the concern here, right? It's like Garezo, despite having the fish, you know, he's way down on food. He's nowhere near Castle Age. Um, Captain's about to go soon, and you know, Garezo has 5 military on the field. They're all spearmen, and they're all, well, 4 of them are spearmen, 1 of them is a ship. None of them are doing anything. Um, oh, so awkward.
It is indeed. What to see, though. I mean, obviously, there is always a chance, but the captain will be clicking up here shortly. He will sell some wood, actually, and click up now.
I'm
So,
just this hole is going to be major. Tell me it's not, right? Like,
it's dependent. I mean, because realistically, I mean, it could happen, but it's hard to say, right? I mean, we might see a big boom behind this, and then the Castle Age time not really going to matter much. I mean, it obviously should be corrected. He's going to actually delete some more walls and put a market up. So let me check his scouting. Yeah, he doesn't see it, but he should realize that there's most likely a hole there.
yeah, I just, you know, Captain goes Knights here. Which he's building an archery range behind, so cap archers.
That could be really good. I mean, early on especially. I really like what I'm seeing with the fishing ship numbers here, though, for
Oh yeah.
Garezo. It's very nice. He's not doing himself any favors on land with only one farm, but
I
he
just wish he had this fire galley on the shoreline. Harass some vills, get something.
that is patrolling, so if there was one built there, he might be fine, depending on where
Yeah.
it's placed. But Garezo gonna buy some food. Still gonna be later up. Really surprised he's relying so heavily on the fish. The fish on this map are not super spectacular. They are nice. They do boost the eco a little bit, but you still got to add farms here.
Well, I
And
mean,
now he'll see the dot coming up.
you start out with like 3,000, maybe 4,000 food, um, on the deep fish, and another 2,000 on the shore fish. So it's not nothing. Um, it's just I hate that he's lost the advantage here by not having a galley. If you find out your opponent's on a water here, you need at least a galley to keep the vills away.
Yeah, I
And he
think so.
didn't, so I mean he's gonna have the lead on the fire galley production. He's got a second coming out here, but So much of his ego's at risk for no reason here.
Yeah, and I mean, he's gonna get there. He's gonna get to the next stage. He's heavily on stone, so we kind of know what's coming. The
Yeah.
archery range with cav archers coming out will actually be kind of rough to deal with if he does go for full-on Huskrul production, but will be difficult to say how everything's gonna shake out here, obviously.
And the fire galley pop. Oh, he's garrisoning the fire galley. Okay. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I guess he's probably trying to wait for another one, or trying to get his opponent to commit more to this, which he is. No, he'll send it out now. It's only one, though.
So, yeah, and he's not producing another. Are we just looking at a boom here from Captain?
I
I mean,
mean,
he's got a couple cav archers under production, but he did go for the second DC, kind of a little bit of both worlds here.
yeah, and it's kind of interesting because he has no upgrades except for fletching that he actually researched.
Yeah.
So, yes, he's probably gonna try for cav archers, and then he's probably gonna end up going into knights if it is Huskarl play. He does have one knight in the stable as well. Few cav archers will run for it, and you know there is that hole still, so it could come into play still.
Yeah. I mean, and he's even got a lumber camp back there. Like,
Yeah. Alright, so we will see the third town center. So it is turning into a boom here. I guess he realizes since his opponent's not up yet, he should have a huge Vil lead.
yeah. For what it's worth here, though, two great TCs for Captain. Like,
Yeah, can't complain. It is curious, he built the dock, made one fire, and now has given up on it. So,
yeah, maybe he just decided it wasn't. And now he's stonewalling behind it. Yeah, he just decided it isn't worth fighting.
yeah, town centers will be up to 3. The villager count, though, with all those fishing chips is quite even. And the score is actually in Garezo's favor, as a second town center will come down for him as well. He has tons of stone. So, what will he do? He's got some outposts on the one side here. He'll build another town center, so he's going to boom too. Ooh, a 4th TC. Let's go. This is the 1300 bracket. This is the quarterfinal matchup here, best of 5. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. War Galley upgrade coming in. I don't really think that's necessary, but maybe he wants to get some actual galleys out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly cheap tech, so I mean, maybe it's just a case of better safe than sorry. But I do think it'd make a lot more sense if he had even one galley out rather than all these fire galleys.
Yeah, he will get the castle up at home. The holes have been plugged, and the castle's not being rushed at all. It's only 2 vills, so it's a very interesting game. Very passive here after the captain made, what, like 2 scouts? And basically has given up on water.
Well, but if you're playing Goth here, the castle's not about, the castle itself. It's about those techs,
Mm-hmm.
You want to get that barracks speed way up with the one tech and get your Husker production with the other one. So better a safe castle.
No, I like the castle, but it's just interesting, right? It's very interesting decisions being made. He is walled on that side, so I would have rather seen the castle down here about where he put this town center, to be honest. But I mean, economically, the captain has really started to pull away here with the 4th town center, and he's got his farming numbers up to 28. Getting heavy plow now. I mean, starting to run away with that, but the fish will start to diminish here, and we really need to see Garezo drop more farms here.
Garezo just can't. He just can't maintain vil production. Too much on wood, not enough on food, and he's researching Town Watch. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he sees so much already. Can't really see anything his opponent's doing, though. Hasn't scouted it, has no clue. And I think he's just gonna boom. And I worry about his position here. I really don't know what he's gonna try to go for. I mean, cav archers are coming in behind this, but there's only 8 of them. It's only 1 range production, and it's not full on production. Guess they're both just gonna elect to go to the Imperial Age. The fishing hip numbers are up to 13, and there's only a little under 1,000 deep fish remaining.
Okay. Here come the
1,900
barracks, though.
shellfish.
But you don't have the food eco. I mean, he's up to 29 on food now, so he's definitely rebalanced the economy. Got some of these villages off of wood. He's putting farms down. But you don't have the food eco to do the Goth flood right now.
Yeah, we're gonna start seeing some houses come up on the south here for the
If
captain.
these barracks even go up, because here the cav archers are coming forward. These
And
are 8 cav archers. They've got bodkin at least, and all there is in defense here is spear. Emergency castle dropped, which definitely a good call, but a lot of
yes,
vills here at risk. And
spears will get some damage in though.
yeah,
Can push these away. It looks like.
yeah, could have gone a lot worse, certainly. He's bought himself enough time to get this castle up, I think, without issue.
And we are seeing the captain make a castle at home as well. He'll be up to the Imperial Age though before too long, it seems, as the Husk Girls are being produced now from one castle.
Hope to die here. Castle spotted.
Yeah, I mean, this castle's going up. It may just
Yeah,
take an extra moment, but it will
yeah.
go up. These cav archers will have to run. There's no upgrades on these, so not going to get much done there. And the cav archers can just run around. Could run right into the eco.
Yeah, but some Husk girls coming out from the castle now. Not terrible.
Yeah, captain's going to be clicking up though. Looks like he clicked up behind something. Vil probably. Yeah, there it is. So he'll be up to the next stage. There's just not a lot of military numbers here for him. So it's really hard to say what he's going to go for here, but I think once he sees the Huskarls, Knights should be the preferred option here.
Yeah.
As the Huskarls are going to get in and kill some cav archers here. That's what they're good at. They don't even have any upgrades yet, and the upgrades are starting to come in. A lot of those cav archers going down.
Yep, and they're going to run past this castle. Yeah, we'll see here what happens.
We are seeing Barrack being added and men-at-arms being researched, so Magyar champions, I mean, that'll work. He gets all the attack upgrades for free. That'll definitely do the trick.
Yes, I mean, and honestly, like what's probably one of the harder things for Goths to deal with is champion in a certain way, right? Because all they have is the cheap. They have the cheap infantry, but they're not better infantry.
Yeah, they need the cheap spam is what they really need, and there's just now 37 on food. We've gone from like 13 on food to 40 on food in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, the
I think
numbers are pretty still close. I mean, Garezo's very much still in this game, and as he's actually going in for the raid, but he's not going in for the raid, but he's coming close. No armor upgrades on the Husk Girl can be. Oh, he got the first upgrade, but won't last long against the castle.
yeah, not only that, but you know the attack upgrades all being free for the Magyar player also makes that a bit worse for him there.
Yeah, but for what it's worth, though, I mean, Husk Girls are one of my favorite units for just raiding.
Oh yeah.
One Husk Girl can run around a TC for so long and cause so much pain, so that's got to be the goal here.
And actually, he's going into Parthian tactics, so he's going to try to go cav archers and the militia line here. His 200 swords will be coming in.
It's an expensive composition, but
he's not been under any threat though, and has tons of resources in the bank. Now we did see Garezo abuse the market as well, and he is on his way up. As a few of the Husk girls will, just disperse and try to wreak some havoc, but again, no upgrades on those altogether really hurts.
Right. Just not enough of them to do that. You need to have enough to force a fight and then break some off while they're distracted. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for Garezo here, but he is on his way to Imp. He's getting his own militia line upgrades, so he's dropping another castle in the middle of his base. So he's not going for the tech to make up the barracks. Maybe he's just going for castles everywhere.
Well, I still think the tech would be extremely nice, but yeah, I mean, castle production, it will help, but champion will be in, and we're just now seeing longsword up, and we won't be able to return two-handed or champion for another 45 seconds here, so I guess with how passive it's been, it may not be much of an issue here. I mean, 137 vills, 124. It's really just mind-boggling how we think a map is gonna be, and then we see so many games on it, and it just never turns out the way we thought it was gonna be, right? But this time around, we are seeing a boom from both players, even though Garezo's was a little bit awkward because of his start.
Yeah, I think he would have liked the lambing to go a lot better. And this might be a much different game in that case, but
Recurve bow.
I just, man, I'm just trying to imagine. It's a very gold heavy comp. How long will he be able to maintain Cav Archers and Champion? And and if he's selling wood, yeah. And there's plenty of wood on the map to sell.
Yep, Anarchy is coming in. Two-handed swordsman foraging the gold mining upgrade.
Look in the middle. Look in the middle, Juicy. Look in the middle.
Oh, the Dromons! This is beautiful, actually.
You love them.
I do. These are amazing ships, and I forgot that the Goths got them because like, I think it's just Goths, Huns, Byzantines, and Romans get them.
Something like that. I mean, these aren't going to be able to reach a whole lot, honestly, but they'll be able to take out some houses, be able to take out walls, be able to harass.
They have 12 range. They can pick off a lot of these buildings, and they do great against military.
They can't threaten the eco.
Yes, this is true.
That's.
They can open the way for the units that can, though. That's what we have to watch out for.
This is a compelling game, more than I was expecting.
Yep, crop rotations and two-man saw coming in here for our Magyar players. So
look at this gold that Garezo's setting up. Look at what he's done here.
Where at?
Just in the middle of outside of his base, just on the south here, like right on the east side of the lake. Look, the mining camps.
Oh, three of them. Oh no, he has vills that are in the middle here that can't get out. Apparently. He's got 13 vills not doing anything as well. Quite awkward.
Oh no. I mean, they can get out. I don't know what he told them to do, but
yeah.
He.
Or you know what? He's attacking. Is he going to try for a forward? He's attacking the walls with Dromond.
He's going to transport and drop a castle. He should be able to have the stone in a bit if he wants it. But there's this castle though from Captain would stop. Oh no, it wouldn't stop it. He could drop a castle right here. That'd be a thorn in his side. But
I'm super concerned with how passive this game is, though.
Oh yeah, I feel like it could swing to either side if someone just decides to fight.
Yeah, I mean, military numbers are better for Garezo right now. He does not have elite Huskarl yet. It's only 12 units, so it's yeah, I guess it is pretty awkward. He does have a galley, no, and these Dromon I do love, but yeah, like you said, he's not going to reach a ton.
And look at this attack coming through, though. This is a lot of Cav Archers. This heavy Cav Archers. This is a lot of champions, and there's nothing but this castle over here.
Yeah, these are the best Cav Archers in the game right now, fully upgraded. Assuming chemistry's come in, which I assume it has, because he has Cav Archers.
But at the same time, look on the other side. We got champions, and we got Huskarls. So...
And they can actually dive right now. It's open. They could actually run into the eco and just wreak havoc.
Yeah, Garezo, if he attacks right now, it's open. He's taken down the walls. He just needs to push in. Hopefully, he sees the attack on his south, and he just goes in. Yep, he sees it. He knows the military's not there, and he's going in. Now, this is where the Huskarls can excel. Now you spread them out. Get them back into the wood line.
They're not elite, though, so I'm kind of concerned they won't last very long with all these castles.
Eight pierce armor. Just get them back to the wood line. Keep them away from the castles.
Yeah, they're diving. The champions are coming in as well. I mean,
Yeah,
this is going to be
and
problematic for sure. And
yeah,
then the
champions.
forward attack here is not going to make a lot of progress, but the trebs are coming. So
I just
140
wish.
civils.
Okay. I wish these Tuskarls would have all went to the woodline, but this isn't so bad. I mean, he's idling lots of vills. He's causing all kinds of discomfort.
It's still a little awkward though. I don't think he's doing enough here, and the villager count really needs to go down for both players.
And
So
and here's the issue: Trebs are coming forward on the south. Yeah, I think he needed to get all of the Tuskarls onto the woodline. He lost most of them under the castles, like you said. He is killing the food eco, so but look at Captain's fucking bank. He's got 7k wood, or 7k wood and 7k food. He can lose all these fills and fight for another 20 minutes. So
yeah, it's gonna be tough. The Huskarls are not elite either, and against the heavy cav archers, it's kind of hurting them here. As we see Stone purchase like crazy for another castle behind this.
Too little, too late. I mean, yeah, he needs elite Huskarls to deal with these near 40 fucking heavy calves.
One of the champions are there as well. He's not going to be able to push now with all these castles either, and no military on that side, as he's desperately trying to defend the opposite direction here, and he's shifting into pikemen.
Dropping a whole bunch of... It's good to mix in pikemen. I think it's always good to mix in pikemen as Goths, just for you get that bonus damage. They, sneak in there for the Huskarls.
Yeah, he's doing the same thing with the gold in the north, by the way.
Well, it's glad he's taking gold. He needs... I'm with you. I would love to see elite in on these Huskarls. That would give him the shield to absorb those arrows. Because these castles are just going to go down. I don't like him. There, and there it is. Okay.
It's in that castle too, though. But he's going to have to repair this most likely. It is going to be 3 trebs hitting it.
It's a fast tech. He doesn't have to repair.
Are you sure? Man, it's gonna be close. Not as close as I think. It's already half dead.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not terribly. Yeah, I may be rusty in the game, but I know my Goth.
Yeah, and he's diving on the treb, so this is actually great. He's gonna buy a lot of time. Elite's in, and now he needs to be pushing somewhere, and he's not pushing yet. So let's see if he's got. Yep, Huskarls champions coming in on the other side.
Look at these archery ranges. Is that a misclick, or is he going to transition into hand cannon?
Yeah, I actually don't know when he made them, but potentially was thinking about hand cannons or even skirm mixed in.
Okay, now this is starting to look dangerous. You got 30 Huskarls.
Yeah, they're gonna close the gap here, and these will go down quickly.
Yeah. And let's see, a lot more HP for Captain, but a lot bigger investment. That's the thing about Goth, right? You throw the units away because they don't cost anything.
Yeah, the Captain has res forever though.
Yeah,
that's what I worry about.
Down to 13 cav archers. I mean, from 40. So
yeah, that is not ideal.
Cav archers are all about that mass. I mean, they cost way too much to lose like this, as the rest of them are going down here in short order.
Yeah, Garezo doing the same thing with the the mining camps in the stone in the north now. Extremely interesting choice, but there's no raids in the back, and this res just continues to grow. We've got what, almost 25,000 res just between food and wood.
What I would just like to do, this is what he needs to do for Garezo is those northern barracks just need to be making a stream of pikemen into the top of Captain's base. Even if they die, constant annoyance, constant harassment of the villagers. He's got the extra food and wood right now. But he's focused down here. He can't...
It is interesting. He's not been taking the greatest fights with numbers in his favor. I think it's because he's overboomed. He's at 160 vills. He needs more military with the Goths on the map. 210 population, and he's only got 45 military.
Sometimes it's just about having the you have to have the production. You have that fast production speed, and you can um, replace them as soon as they die. The issue here is, I think that you got to delete the fire galleys.
Yeah, he does have a
That's
lot on water.
the Dromans or whatever. Those are good. Keep those around. We need those, but he loses Trebs because he didn't have enough military there.
Neither player going for relics here seems a little odd. We will see the captain chopping through like all the wood on the map, it looks like, though. So to see if that pays off or doesn't. But it is awkward. There's a lot of unknowns here right now, and again, I think that the eco bank is just absolutely insane here. So we'll see if that comes in play. 4 Huskarls are going to go in, but I mean realistically, they're not going to make it too far. All things considered, there's castles here. I would love to see just a small treb push on that side, even. Since all the military is in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
I heard a
think
build die. He
both
deleted
players
build.
need to be thinking. Okay, I was gonna say both players, but captain already. They need to be getting these relics now. Clearly, this game is not over right now. It's not decided, and gold is becoming scarce on the map.
Yeah, that one castle will go down. There are 5 trebs here, again, from the captain. And the military over here is massing. There are hand cannoneers on the map now as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, the ideal here for Garezo is Huskarl hand cannon, but it is expensive.
And he's on sand ground. He's losing Huskarls for free. Oh boy.
Yeah. Excellent placement by Captain. I mean, the Huskarls can't get in. Champions are doing their job, and yeah, I'd love to see some of this pop space freed up on the water.
Yeah, but this is not good. Treb's going down now.
Oh yeah, Trebs go forward right into yep, these won't last long.
And now there's Halbs and Huskarls attacking the leftover Cav archers here.
Oh, he's losing all these hand cannons for just standing on stand ground. Now they're, yeah. But, I mean, this is what I'm talking about, though. We talk about the population space, but, he's got everything queued up, and as soon as something dies, something replaces it, so.
That's true.
Look at this. This is look at that ball. Look at that castle. Like, I'm
It's an interesting one. He's yet to deal with these trebs over here either, so they're just trebbing down other castles. It's interesting. We'll have to see, and I think you're right. The relics are going to come into it. We do have a monk out with a relic in its hands for the captain, but he has yet to actually take it.
Yeah, no monastery for Garezo, but I mean, I think it just tells you where they're at mentally. They are so focused on this fight, they feel it could go either way.
I think the reinforcements and the numbers are just so much better for the captain right now. I'll be surprised if this castle goes up, to be honest.
No, it's not going to, because he didn't have any military there.
And I think that's the big problem now. I mean, obviously the champions aren't the greatest here for the captain, or sorry, for the Goth player, but he's supposed to win with his numbers, and he just doesn't have any numbers to win with at this point. It's constantly down in the production.
Oh, in an issue, he's got his spawn points or his gather points set forward, and they're trickling in and dying one at a time. You need to have little waves.
Castle was denied. He did lose a few of his ships on water, it looked like there, some of the galleys. We're going to see Siege Workshop behind. It will be Rams from the captain here. Maybe just going to try to take out this castle. Or maybe just because he's out of gold. He's not having any gold to control right now. He's got a little bit left in the south. About 2,000 gold there.
Yeah, I mean, he has gotten that relic in. Don't see the monk, so assuming he's off getting another relic. I'm trying to find out where they all are. He's got one. There's one in the back of Captain's base, one in the middle, one right in the middle of the battleground, which he's snagging. Good on Captain. He's getting that contested one. So
there's a lot of idle vills that Garezo is not utilizing right now. And honestly, I'd like to see it in military space, but again, no gold. No gold on the map for him. He's out of gold completely right now. And right now he's making gold units. They are cheaper, but they are still gold intensive. So, I mean, even at rock bottom prices, the captain has so much in the way of res that he could sell here. I don't see a way that Garezo can get back into it unless he can somehow win a huge fight here, and there's a huge lack of production behind this.
Yeah, I mean, gold is even. I mean, there's gold is more or less on the map. Garezo has so many idle villagers, though. I mean, this is where if you should have already thought about the relics. Like you should have recognized by 5 minutes ago you needed the relics. It could make a lot of difference here.
If not sooner, really. I mean, relics are always something that should be
Well,
contested in a map that
yeah,
could go late. I mean, just think of an
right.
arena. It's like a mini
Yeah,
game before the game
but
actually starts.
oh yeah, but just at the absolute latest, right? Like you should
hmm
recognize. Oh, I'm on my last gold mine. I need to grab some relics. To,
Yeah, these champion
now,
numbers are starting to go down here.
yeah, but look at these hand cannon doing the work.
Yep,
Um,
a lot of kills on those.
and the cav archers coming forward into the castle fire. Um, not a bad fight for Garezo here, um, assuming the castle can survive.
I'm still not convinced that he's going to be able to ever push this, though. The captain has a bunch of idle vills. He's chopped all the wood in his entire corner of the map here. He does have some gold on the map in this battleground that he could potentially come forward and take, now that he's pushing this back here. And there, again, there's just so many idols around the map here for Garezo now. He's selling food for really decent prices, actually, but he's not been able to keep the military population up there. Now he's selling food for a decent price. I mean, all things considered, good gold through the market, not bad, but...
Yeah, I just remain. I'm just gonna be stuck on these relics all night, aren't I? Like,
yeah, I mean,
I,
Captain has two of them now, so...
yeah, exactly. But you're more than an hour into the game. You know, gold is key.
No, I agree. We're going to see light cav starting to be teched into here, potentially Hussar after that, and if the raids start to come into the economy for Garezo, I don't know what he can do. He's already losing a lot of production buildings as the RAM numbers are starting to get out of control over here. And the captain did come forward with 11 vills to take the gold
Yeah,
that was left on the map.
right. But just look at these halberdiers. They do pop out. They're set to gather so far forward. They just walk past the cav archers and die.
Yep.
I mean, like they just walk to their end. GG.
Yep.
Whew.
Captain takes game one
GG.
in a lengthy one. A very lengthy one. I
Yeah.
actually need to update my scoreboard for best of 5, but that's not a big deal. Uh, GG's. Insanely interesting game. Very passive, which is kind of what I expected more of on this map, but maybe a little bit more so than I expected with how passive it really was. And I think you're right. The relics were an afterthought. I mean, let's just look at the statistics here. Total relic gold 368 in an hour plus in-game time. Hour 8
Yeah.
minutes. So,
I mean, it's the kind of thing that if Garezo gets the 3 relics that he could have easily accessed, or honestly, he could have gotten 4 fairly easily in early imp.
mhm.
Then that game plays out differently.
Yep.
If he just got the 2 relics that he had at the end, it would have been a different beast. But um,
Yeah,
if
interesting
yeah,
situation.
it feels like it could have gone either way so many times. If Garezo had, what if he just had 10 more pop space from reducing his water presence,
Yep.
So
Well,
well
Garezo,
played. That was very fun to watch.
we will go to Garezo's home map, either Dry Lake or Flooded Hills here in a moment. Obviously, the civs, we've updated the draft. A lot of civs left. Not really worth speculating what they're going for here. But we're going to load into game number 2 and go from there.
Flooded Hill.
Is it Flooded Hills? All right.
I'm asking you.
Um, no, it's Dry Lake. Sorry, Dry Lake is game 2. I am loading in. I will be at 5 seconds when you are ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, Garezo with the Berbers in blue here. And then we have the captain with the Malians in orange. Interesting matchup. Dry Lake has shown us some different ones. We've seen very heavy, aggressive games, and it's been very enjoyable. I think that interesting civs here, obviously, Malians versus Berbers. Gonna be fun to watch. What do you think, Hitch? You've seen quite a few of these games as well. Anything stand out for either of these civs here that you
Uh,
want? I mean, the Berbers villager speed's no longer a thing until the next age.
no,
So
it's not huge on this map. I mean, yeah, I mean, why pick Berbers here? Try like,
I mean, I
what do you think the motivation there is?
think it has to just be like the cheap 1 TC 3 stable spam, if I had to guess.
Yeah, cheap knights. You think the goal?
Against Malians, probably
Yeah, exactly.
camels, I would say, but
Well, I
it's
mean the original motivation, not knowing,
I
obviously
mean,
not knowing
yeah,
the tech ahead of time.
just the 1 TC all in. I
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
makes the most sense.
I mean, Emollients have been on a up streak recently, so
Yeah, I mean, again, the new bonuses, all the changes they've made, it really has changed the game here for them. So it's been quite interesting to see the Malians at the top. Same as the Goth. Nice to see some different civs getting some attention. And I don't know. We'll see how things shake out. I know they're going to be probably doing some more
look
reworks on
the
civs, which will be
lane coming
interesting.
forward again,
Really, where's the stat? Why am I missing this?
right in the middle of the
Oh,
map.
geez. Yeah, I'm missing this. He's going to lane the gold. He could lose a Vil there. We'll take all the deer out. That's actually really interesting. A large commitment here.
Yeah,
I guess it's not
but
that
he's
far, though. Very
no.
close.
That's the thing is, it's not a terrible long walk. So there are a lot of deer around though. So Captain has, unless Garezo just really keeps at it, Captain has a lot of alternatives to turn to.
Yeah, and
But
the
he is.
captain
Look at him. He's
worried
going
about
to
it.
the left. He's looking for more, and he's bringing. Yeah, Captain bringing in both borders at once. Not going to let this happen.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna kind of lame the gold. It's not gonna be fully lameable because I think that's gonna be in range, but he will be taking the stone away as well. Scouts are just standing next to each other. The gold is in the back. I mean, realistically, the gold could be extremely deniable here. Could deny both.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
I mean,
bringing in his resources comfortably at home. No lame going in his direction. I like this though. Garezo must feel like he's on the back foot here. He needs a win. Has to go in for the aggression, and he is doing so.
yeah. I mean, I think this is a lot more how he wanted it to go last time, and maybe the frustration from last game is why we're seeing 3 Vils committed to this time.
Yeah, that said though, that is a super heavy commitment, and we'll see how that works out for him. I'm not a huge fan of the 3 Vils, but
No, I mean,
if he can lame all this gold, it might be worth it. He's also fighting a Vil that Captain can't fight this now. He will still have gold access, but it will be limited. Yeah, both of them have loom.
yeah,
Oh wait,
smart.
no. No loom on the Berbers. Is it? No, it is there. Okay, never mind.
All right, good job for Garezo to pull one of the Vils off to keep the laming going. I was worried he was going to get distracted there. Whew, this is awkward.
It is, but the food income still fine and dandy after getting those boars in. He's going to shift onto gold with a lot of ills. No lumber camp at home. He's got one away here in the edge of the map. And I mean, again, one villager idling two villagers all the way over here.
Oh, look at the mine. Look at the gold mine for Captain. Uh,
Yeah, it's not ideal, but he still can take it. He's not
oh
completely
yeah.
denied, as he's going to try to go for the one in the back. Or no, he's going to send the lumber camps out there. But Feudal Age fast approaching here for the captain, and on gold this heavy, it's going to be archers, and archers can be really good on this map, especially with these wood lines being so open here.
Yeah, and you know, bad luck for Captain here. There's not gold on the rim behind him really, because he's got so much forest instead. So
Yeah,
it
interesting
could get awkward.
situation. But I think he's fine. He's going to be up. He's got his
Yeah, yeah.
lumber camp. He's got some stragglers. Honestly, he can still take the gold. And we'll see a barracks now for Garezo, who's clicked up behind this now. But he'll have nothing at home to defend. And we will see the barracks coming up. Kind of late for the captain yet again. Oh, the
Yeah.
Vils are walking into the TC here. Alright, well, he'll be fine there with that. Didn't lose any.
Yeah. Bill's going home, I guess. They've lamed enough. They are. Oh nope. They're making more palisades, more laming.
I mean, he's committed at this point. He has to go for it, right? I mean, I like the strategy. I think it's good. He's committed a lot to it, so you might as well just full
Well,
on commit.
man, I almost feel at this point, why not just try to palisade him in? Make it.
Maybe, but I think it's too late 'cause he's already escaped to the edges here.
Of
Archery
course.
range is up. The villager that was running all the way around the map finally chased down here and did die, so Garezo will need to send that one back to work. But archery range is up. Garezo is also in the feudal age and has nothing produced at the moment. What is he going to go for? His own range here or what? Yep, will be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think seeing the other range probably motivates him to give his own up.
Yeah. One deer is still left alive that he's going to be able to take here. Some of these still have some food on them, but obviously not the biggest of concerns here. And archers are in production. No blacksmith yet, though. And all things considered, after it's all said and done, everything is actually fairly even. They're
Well,
very messy.
what you're not seeing in the count though is how long did Garezo have 3 idle villagers? Not to mention that the one that ran off and stood off on the side forever, and just lots of idle time. So
Sure. Farm starting to come down for Garezo. Blacksmith for him. And we already had one up for the captain. No fletching coming in just yet. Thank you for the follow. The follower goal completed actually just now. Oh, interesting. It says I have 504. The goal is 500. But thanks for the follow, Captain. Thank you. Appreciate it. That was super loud in my ear, so hopefully it didn't deafen you guys as well. Fletching coming in for both about the same time. Archer numbers, though, better here for Captain. He'll pick a village, or he'll pick an archer off. A couple vills potentially in danger, but he should get away with these. And it does so. Very open though, so these little walls to the town center not really going to stop these archers from finding more damage behind this later on.
yeah, these forests have definitely made defense awkward on this map, haven't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We used to see some crazy wall ups. Now everyone just pretty much plays it open. I think that's how it should be, really. I like it better this way. Makes it messier, makes it more difficult. Added archer armor even coming in for the captain now. He is looping around, and Garezo's archers are out of place. He does have skirms coming in, and the gold villagers will be under threat here.
These all Captain went through all the trouble to walk around, but there's a hole in that little wall up anyway.
Oh, jeez, that's always a shame. Villagers, though, a couple of them killed here. The skirm will go down if he's paying attention. There's no padded archer armor on those, as he will now click that. And Garezo taking some awkward exchanges here. Has a couple idle vills in the north still. It's an interesting one. The captain has a few idle vills as well, but his eco is not under attack at the moment. And the
Big thing I
captain,
think
go ahead.
hurting Garezo a little bit. He hasn't gone out to the outside for wood. He could have these villas somewhere a lot more secure, I think.
Yeah, the villager number plummets down to 19, and there's the
Ooh.
GG. Yeah, just not able to do enough there with the laming attempt, and lost too many vills. So good play. Unfortunately, he couldn't lame the stone completely, or else, or not the stone, the gold completely there, or this would have been a different game, I think.
Yeah, if he had, I mean, and he probably could have if he had dropped a house and done a diagonal actually.
Hmm.
But yeah, it feels like I love how he's playing Grizo. I love it's so fun to watch, and it can work, but I think he just doesn't. He's doing more damage to his own economy. You know, he's neglecting his economy at home. He's has these idle villages the whole time. He's just not doing enough damage with the lames to pay off.
Yeah, potentially true. Well, I mean, what definitely was rough on that one. You could definitely tell that the lame slowed it down there, especially with the captain being aggressive in this game compared to game one, where the captain just sat back and boomed. So he got punished for sure. So we will go to Grizo's final home map of Flooded Hills. He'll have Malay, Saracens, Byzantines, and Vietnamese remaining. Captain Nips here will have Italians, Japanese, Ethiopians, and Koreans remaining. Flooded Hills can be a very messy one, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. But we need a win for Garezo here, really, to push us to the later stages of this best of five. So let's see what we end up with here. I'm loading in, Hitch. Sure you're doing the same.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So we have Flooded Hills. Hitch, what do you think? What do you think about this map now that we've seen it a few times?
There is a solid portion of the maps that I come up with and the maps that I make that I expect to be awful.
Okay.
and and this definitely falls in the category of like it felt interesting, but I also like just looking at this, zoom out and look at this map. This has to be painful to play on, and and that's I think why some players are picking it. They feel comfortable in their ability to do it, but like TC spots are awkward. There's water everywhere, but if you go ships, like look at this big middle Long Island, like what do you do? It's awkward to move ships. It's awkward to build buildings. Uh, it's awkward,
Oh yeah,
awkward, right?
absolutely. So, little backlog here. I believe Garezo was the player that we saw Villager Rush on this map. And I believe he also did it with Saracens, and then forced his way to Castle, and ended up taking the game off of his opponent then, which I believe was Canuck. Um, Now I don't know if we're gonna see any of that similarly, but it was a very interesting strategy, and we'll have to see what things come to here. The nice thing here with Saracens, though, is the fact that the market can be abused so heavily along with the faster firing galleys, can make it a really good civ for this map, I think. So we'll have to wait and see. Captain going for a non-lumber camp play yet again, and he will be on to the dock here already. Won't be able to afford a fishing ship for a minute, but I like the build, what I've seen from him. Second time we've seen him not go to a lumber camp immediately, so Will be interesting. But yeah, this map and Water Arena have been the ones that have worried me the most with this map pool. And
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys missed the set I casted this morning, you just need to go back and watch that one. That was a slog, and it was absolutely a marvelous set, and it was extremely enjoyable to, I assume, watch, but also to cast. So, if you haven't seen that one, I would highly recommend going back to see it.
What do you think of the walling on this map? We've seen a few players with some awkward walling. It's not easy to do.
I guess it doesn't really make sense to me because we can just transport. We give them transport for free. So it feels really awkward, but players seem to like to do it just to force their opponents to have to do something with that transport ship, which I think makes sense, all things considered. Though it is kind of awkward and seems like it could be somewhat of a waste, but Garezo with the forward dock here. So I don't think he's going to add any fish. Only got 3 on wood as well, so he's just going to try to go up, and he's trying to push this deer that's trolling him hard in the back. Which I think could be a viable strategy, but time will tell.
Yeah, and for such a water-heavy map, fish here, kind of awful. Garezo's actually in a pretty good spot. If he backdocked, he could get some decent fish, but mostly, if you go on fish, right, you're going to have to do fish traps because there's just not much here.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is another case where the water's kind of deceptive on the map, and your biggest benefit is just early in the game. Like right now, you can see the captain getting those couple fishing ships out, just supplementing that income a little bit, and getting a slight population lead is beneficial. Garezo, though, gonna continue with these walls. We'll continue to try to place those, and I mean, he's gonna be in a decent spot, but obviously it will be a little bit awkward. Scout for the captain is forward here as well. Oh, uptime's fairly similar. And we do have gold collection already for the captain and for Garezo both.
And so the question is navy or archers, right? And no barracks, so we're going to see fire galleys, right?
I don't think we're gonna see fire galleys actually.
Oh, straight galleys. Yeah, what am I thinking? Straight
Yeah,
galleys.
I mean
Look at this map.
fire
Look at this
galleys.
map.
Yeah, fire galleys are wonderful. I love them, but I think this is definitely a regular galley sort of map. But we'll wait and see. 2 docks now for the captain. To the 1 dock here of Garezo, and if I remember correctly, he put the docks all over the map. Last time, I think his second dock was completely on the other side of the map, which was interesting. But transport ship for Garezo is forward here, so maybe he's waiting for something. And we are housed here, so the galley production will be delayed, and that will really hurt as the galley production will start right upon reaching feudal. And yes, we will see the villager die to a crocodile, unfortunately, as he was about to build that dock. So no loom for Garezo just yet.
Yeah, all right. What do you think of the no wood on the starting island? I expected blowback from that, but I have not actually heard any complaints.
Yeah, I haven't either. I haven't seen enough on this map, I think, to really warrant complaints either yet. Like,
Yeah.
we really have. I think Shaded Pond was, before the last week, the most underplayed map that we had. And now we've seen it every set pretty much. So we'll see what happens.
You asked for more, and they gave it to you.
Yep. Scout gonna snipe another Vil here. Garezo's awfully behind now.
Yeah. Yeah, I
He's
mean,
had a
6
lot of idle
builds.
TC time, so why Loom was not researched, I really don't know. Galleys not gonna be good enough here. 1 versus 2. So galley that was forward for Garezo will be going down. And actually, we see that the captain is just going to try to dodge all of those shots and does quite well at doing so. And we will see another dock and a market for Garezo behind this now.
Yeah, I mean, this map just so awkward to have to fight water on this. Like, you can shoot across a lot of these islands. It can take so long to get to your opponent, sneaking through them. I look at it like when I was making it, sometimes I was imagine it would make more sense to go land military, just because you don't have to deal with going around the island. You can go over the shallows.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one, and we've seen a lot of different things on it. I don't like Garezo's second dock. I feel like it's just too far away. I think he does this because he wants to fish later if he can get a good enough position. But, I don't know. It's
You've got to
awkward.
win. Yeah. Yes.
Fletching on its way in here, though. And the galley numbers are going to be pretty close, but he doesn't want to take this fight too early. They are faster firing, but obviously
Yeah. Wait,
outnumbered.
Fletching's coming in now, and another galley's going to pop in a few seconds.
Sam says that Garezo owned him on a practice game on this map. Fair enough. Fair enough. I said he's had the most interesting strategy on it, but and he is going to clean up the galleys here. The Saracen market is up here as well, so it could simply come down to who gets the next stage faster, but the captain here has got the res to click already. Just missing the buildings, which he doesn't have either of currently. His fishing economy has been working. He's had some shorefish collection being done as well. So it's a bit odd, and the galley numbers over here could reach the wood line soon for Garezo. As Garezo's trying to do the same with a couple of his own galleys here.
Yeah. Very awkward, circling around these islands. Just moving around on this is difficult.
Yeah, for sure. We will see the market coming down here for Garezo, and he will need another building as well, likely just a blacksmith. Surprised he hasn't gone for the blacksmith yet, given the fact that he doesn't have fletching. It's usually quite important, as a villa does get sniped by that galley there.
Yeah, I feel like Garezo should be doing better than he is, having fletching and the faster firing. But he's just been in awkward positions. But what a nice demo.
Yeah, I mean, it's very awkward indeed, and there's some idols here for the captain. The captain's been floating res forever. He's just trying to micro ships, I guess, and that's hurting him pretty heavily here. So he should have already been up a couple times, I think, at this point. There comes the blacksmith. So he'll be clicking up, and I mean, Castle Age might be the final dagger here, because the warship numbers are starting to grow quite effectively here. And I mean, military numbers are even, but you gotta count a demo and a transport ship still for Garezo, as it's just the transport. So I guess it's kind of even, but awkward.
Yeah.
Very awkward.
I think it's such a generation on this map. Like, if they'd been on the other side, like, these islands are much square and it's much more open on the water. But they're fighting on the left over here in these two long islands.
Yep.
Just funneling everything so awkwardly. And Garezo's been feeding one or two galleys in at a time. He wants to raid captain, right? That's what he's going for. He wants to pick off villagers. But all he's been doing is feeding his galleys to die.
I mean, the Eco KD is 1-1. Garezo actually lost a zone to the Alligator trying to get this one dock up. So, Castle Age, though, is going to be here very soon for the captain, and I think that's going to be really hard. Yeah, it's going to be really hard to defend from. He does have the Saracen market, though, so he could, I think, buy his way up. but
Yeah, I mean,
obviously he will be behind. Another
no,
demo
no
comes in.
part of me, no part of me wants to see it, but I wouldn't be surprised for GG when this Castle Age comes in. Like, uh, being
No, I
two
don't
games
disagree.
down already, feeling like I know he feels like he's outnumbered on military, and then to be behind on age and being not terribly close to clicking up. So he is buying the food, like you said. So um, he's still in this. He's trying to make it work, but he does not have enough res to buy it.
He's queuing up galleys still, so he's not going to be able to make it to the next stage. And as soon as Botkin comes in and the War Galley upgrade comes
Yeah,
in,
both are clicked, and that's what I like. Even if he doesn't give it up, he's going to be so far behind.
yeah, I mean, even really just with Botkin coming in, it's probably a winning position here. And the galleys are fighting in very awkward spots, like you said here. And he's actually just going to try to run past these. I guess he's just getting close, trying to kill these. But the upgrade will be in here, and that will likely spell doom for the rest of these galleys that are on the map. And Garezo's still trying to buy up. Doesn't want to sell that stone, I guess. I think he has to.
Yeah, I mean,
It's going to be good
he's
enough, I
not.
guess.
Yeah, but and but you're looking at being 4 or 5 minutes behind. Captain, like this is when you raid. You know your war galleys can stand up to a lot of punishment relative to these galleys. Get in there. Look at all these exposed vills. You mean we could be looking at Garezo losing 13 vills.
And we're going to see a tower on the stone here for the captain. So he's going to 1TC this play, and he wants to try to keep this area locked down. The ships coming forward are being seen, so yeah, Garezo going to move in, potentially could kill the fish behind this, could snipe some vills. I mean, villager count is ahead for Garezo at the moment already, before any potential raids come in.
Yeah, but we are seeing the second TC for Captain, so kind of forward TC on wood. That's just where this map is awkward. Like, can't place it on the gold in the middle here. Just oh.
Yeah, definitely weird. The fishing ship numbers did go down, so even more of an eco lead now for Garezo. So, I mean, all things considered, he's in a decent enough spot, but now his wood is getting raided, and I don't think he's realized yet. Some villas are going to go down, and more galleys are going to show up. This could be a devastating position here.
Now, what I can say though, Garezo has been preserving his numbers. He has 16 galleys to 17. Or no, he doesn't. Where's all this military pop? Oh wait, they're
Yeah,
forward.
they're forward,
He's
yep.
been he's been preserving his numbers though. He's in Castle Age now. He gets his upgrades and he's not out of this game, right? I mean, if he had lost those numbers in those 5 minutes, he would have been. But considering the tech is not coming in yet though, he doesn't have the food.
Yeah, but now we have an interesting tower going to come forward on the wood line that's been completely idled here. I mean, we have 8 villagers idle, and a few of those villas went down. The upgrades are coming in, but I think we're going to see a shift onto land as we see the archery range now coming down here as well. So, on land, there's not much that can be done here to defend
I
this, looks
I
like.
love this tower so much from Captain. Like that's I feel like being aware of the map and the context. You block off half the map from Garezo. Even if he gets, you know, the upper hand on water, it makes it so painful to come to that choke point.
Yeah, and he's not noticed this over here either. He's just focused on his galleys at the back, it still looks like.
Okay.
And he's microing those. We are going to see another demo coming in here. Could be a really good demo, and yeah, it makes good connection there. But yeah, that tower did go up, and more of these villas are going down here. Oh, he realizes now, and he's going to try to attack the tower, but there are galleys here that will just kill these villas.
Yeah, I almost imagine the tower
Skeleton.
being a way to bait the Vills into range, but clearly that didn't happen. And this tower actually won't. This tower's not going to last too long.
Now
Now
the
the
galleys came over.
Yeah, exactly. Garezo has the advantage here. He has he has the better galleys now, right? I mean, he has got the faster firing, and he's
Yep.
fully upgraded war galleys. So
He does indeed, but the question is, with the villager count that he has, how long will that survive? As an archer came forward and will kill the remaining vills that were attacking that tower.
Yeah, the tower survived and is getting repaired.
Another town center and a nice town center here is going to be on gold and on wood here for Garezo. Again, though, there are archers on the map, so he has to be careful. I mean, all of his eco is going to the north here, which is extremely awkward. Hitch, thank you, sir. You are insane with these gift subs, but thank you.
It's a co-casting gift sub. It's almost a requirement, right? I I just love the towers. I make the joke when you're streaming you should tower rush, and I recognize tower rush is a terrible strategy anymore. But I do think generally at the elos of the people of that we're at and the people we know in our Discord are at, towers are underused so often. When I just think it adds so much here on a map like this.
Yes, towers are fun. I miss the old days with all the fun tower rush strategies, but yeah, I agree that the towers aren't as effective as they once were, but
Yeah,
they
but on a
kill.
map like this, you can't castle. I mean, you can obviously you can build castles, but it's such a broken up map that going towers works so much better. Um,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
look at these bills dying in the north. This is
yeah. A lot of the eco's idle. It's not pretty. The res behind this isn't pretty either, and the population's just completely going towards one side here. It's gonna be really difficult for him to come back here. I mean, the villagers on stone are dying here, and it hasn't been noticed yet. He pulled away
I
the
mean,
woodvilles earlier, but not these.
yeah, so much idle time on this map just because the forest runs out, the mine runs out, and it's so. Oh,
Galley's in the middle here, though, and it will be noticed right away as he's garrisoned some, but not all. And we're gonna see some fires added now. And I think that could be devastating. As soon as they close the gap, they just melt these ships.
yeah. I mean, that's it, right? I mean, on when you're have this many war galleys in the field, just adding in one or two fires to
Oh,
soak up the first volleys of
and all the
really
villas
terrible
in the
damage.
north are dying. It's 25
Yeah,
villagers here, and he just now noticed that those were going down. Another town center for him in the mid, though, is his plan. But his galley numbers are all compacted here, and the fires are on top of them. Oh, and this is not a good fight. Lots of ships losing a ton of HP and dying
I
here.
mean, 25 vills to 60, 6 to 21 on military. I hate to say this because I love how he's played this and I want to see more Garezo, but I just don't know if there's a way here. And as I say it,
Yeah, Garezo will go down here to the captain, 3 games to none. And it was a very memorable run for Garezo, so he should be very happy with that. I mean, it's been a great bracket altogether. The competition's been insane. We actually seen a lot of the sets go the distance. This one will not, though. The captain has Garezo's number today, and he'll take the set here, 3 games to none. Impressive, impressive.
yeah, well played, Garezo. I wish you could both go to the next round. I would love to see Garezo play more, but Captain played it really well. I really enjoyed seeing Captain. I felt like he did a really good job balancing that fine line of building the military and pressuring, but also expanding the eco. Obviously, that shaded pawn game was very slow, but I feel like he did a really good job not letting the economy die behind the military. Um, and I think that's going to do a lot, pushing him into, if I believe, the semifinals.
Yeah, the captain moves on to semifinals. We're about to update that bracket right now, actually. So if you guys do want to avoid spoilers, I mean, no one should be too spoiled now. We're down to the top 8, and there's nothing really surprising there other than this set we just casted. A lot of these other sets are done and turned in, but the captain will move on here in a best of 5, taking set over Garezo, and we will see The captain facing off against the winner of I Am the Superhero and Samball49. I have both of the sets on the bottom end of the bracket here. Goth versus Falling Sky and DayJ versus Gazark23. We'll look for those to be casted in the next few days. Potentially both of them going to happen again around the 9 p.m. start time for me, which is was about an hour and a half ago for those who don't live in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. But nonetheless, we have a lot of games left in this one. The semifinals are also best of five, and then the finals will be a best of seven. And we have some time, obviously, before those games all will be played. But there's also the 1700 bracket. We're in the midst of the round of 32 there, so a lot of things to look forward to, and a lot of crazy sets to come, I'm sure. So I don't know.
And
It's been fun.
if I
Sorry,
remember
Hitch.
correctly, you're looking for co-casters, right?
Yeah, anyone who wants to co-cast to the best of fives into the best of sevens, that is helpful for me. It's a lot of talking. I've been not really doing co-casters for the best of threes because it's much easier for me to just jump in whenever I can at random times of day and not have something scheduled. But best of fives, best of sevens take a lot longer. So if you guys are interested in co-casting, just send me a DM on Discord, and that would be great. Anyone's welcome. You can't cast your own game though, so sorry about that one. But I don't want spoilers from the players themselves. But yeah, anyone who wants to. But thank you, Hitch, for the maps. Thank you for co-casting when you can, and thank you for the gift sub tonight again, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you back here again tomorrow as we'll cast some more games. Good night, guys. See ya.